So good afternoon, Miss. I'm Hannah Rizal, and today I'm going to be performing the breast self-examination. So first is we're going to provide privacy and also explain the procedure to the patient. So we can provide privacy by closing the curtains, the doors, and also the windows. By doing this, we can maintain the patient's dignity and also protect comfort. Then, explaining the procedure can also help build trust and rapport while also reducing the patient's anxiety while increasing the patient's cooperation throughout the duration of the procedure. So, BSE or the breast self-examination is done as an early detection for any for any abnormalities and also to prevent complications which are especially related to breast cancer. Next is we have to perform hand hygiene to prevent the spread of infection and also to remove any microorganisms. Then next is we have to schedule the exam appropriately. So BSE is commonly done once a month and ideally 7 to 10 days after the menstruation where the breasts are less swollen and also less tender. So having the appropriate timing ensures accuracy in getting the results. Next is we have to prepare the materials such as wood lighting, mirror, a flat surface, and also a pillow. So having these materials at our disposal, we can gather accurate data of our breast self-examination. Then next is for palpation, we will now start with standing in front of the mirror while our shoulders are straight and our arms on our hips. So this will give us a clear visualization of our breast while also checking for any contour changes, symmetry, and also skin texture. Next is we have to raise our arms, both of our arms, and also checking for the same exact picture. So in this position, our breast tissues are stretched differently, allowing us to see other findings such as dimpling, swelling, and also shape changes. Then next is we will now put both of our hands on our hips, and press it firmly so that we can tighten our chest muscles. So tightening the chest muscles allows um, the visibility of other subtle breast changes that may not be usually found in relaxed position, such as dimpling and also retraction. Then next is we have to check for nipple discharge. So we can do this by gently pinching or squeezing the nipples for any discharge. That- So if there are discharges such as bloody discharge, spontaneous or unilateral, this may mean we have an infection or blockage or breast cancer. Then next is we will now palpate while lying down. So in palpation while lying down is we have to put a pillow underneath the right shoulder of the patient while her right shoulder is behind her head. So this allows the patient to have her right breast more exposed and also stretched for easier palpation of lumps. Then in palpating, we have to use our finger pads because this is more sensitive and the best in for tactile observation. So when palpating, we have to follow certain patterns. We have circular, vertical strip, and also wedge. In circular pattern, we have to move from outward to inner using the spiral motion. So until we reach the nipple area. Okay, after the circular, we can also do vertical strip, which is moving up and down. Okay, then lastly is we have to do wedge, which is you are going to move from the nipple outwards. So following these certain patterns allows us to have a full coverage of our breast and ensuring that we are thoroughly assessing each breast. So after the right breast, we're now going to proceed to the left breast. Still following the same systematic manner with our left arm on the behind head, and still finger pads in circular motion first. The next for vertical strip. Okay, after that is wedge, starting from the nipple outwards. Okay, after that is we are we can also palpate while standing up or during our shower. So when in shower, we have a warm water and the soap. So these materials can help in allowing our fingers to glide more easily in palpating the breast. And there are also certain findings that may not be found while lying down, so this position is appropriate for finding those findings. Then after that is we're also going to observe and palpate the supraclavicular area and also the axillary area. So these areas contains lymph nodes that when the malignant cells will drain onto them, they will enlarge. Additional information, breast cancer is usually found on the axillary area because it is where the tail of Spence is located. So there has many lymph nodes, and when it is enlarged, then the person can have breast cancer. Then, after palpating, we are now going to report any abnormal findings to the healthcare provider, ensuring that early reporting can allow us to have prompt diagnosis and also intervention because delays can only worsen the patient's condition. Then next is we have to perform hand hygiene to prevent cross-contamination from patient to patient, and lastly document the findings because this documentation will serve as your official documentation that you have done the procedure and also allow effective continuity of care. Thank you.